कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरदुषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for joining in. The last moment. So we will start with a new book today, which is Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, Transcendental Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तरालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So devotees can raise your hands and then we will start reading. We probably will read 2-3 paragraphs and then we will end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the first chapter of this is entitled The Dearmost Person. So this book is written by Srila Prabhupada. So let's start reading this book. Let me share my screen and then Leelanandini Mataji can go ahead first. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, okay, Karpavali Mataji, go ahead. The dearmost person.
Thank you, Mataji. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, go ahead.
The dearmost person. Today I shall speak to you of the history of a boy devotee named Prahlada Maharaja. He was born in a family that was stubbornly atheistic. There are two kinds of men in this world, the demons and the demigods. What is the difference between them? The main difference is that the demigods or godly persons are devoted to the Supreme Lord, whereas the demons are aesthetic. They do not believe in God because they are materialistic. These two classes of men always exist in this world. At the present moment, due to the age of Kali, age of quarrel, number of demons has increased.
Yeah, just 1 second. Just 1 second. I don't know what happened with that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji. The main
He was
difference is that the demigods or godly persons are devoted to the Lord, whereas the demons are atheistic. Go ahead.
they do not believe in God because they are materialists. These two classes of men always exist in this world. At the present, due to the age of Kali, age of quarrel, the number of demons has increased, but the classification has existed since the beginning of creation. The incident I am narrating to you occurred very, very long ago, a few million years after the time of creation. Prahlada Maharaja was the son of most atheistic person and the most materially powerful as well, because the society was materialistic. This boy had no opportunity to glorify the Supreme Lord. The characteristic of a great soul is that he is very broadcast the glorification of the Supreme Lord. Lord Jesus Christ, for example, was very eager to broadcast the glorification of Lord, but demonic people misunderstood him and crucified him. When Prahlada Maharaja was a 5-year-old old boy, he was sent to school. As soon as there was a recreation period, when the teacher was away, he would say to his friends, "My dear friends, come on, we shall speak about Krishna consciousness." This scene is related in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 6th chapter. The devotee Prahlada says, "My dear friends, this is the time in this young age to prosecute Krishna conscious." This little friends replied, "Oh, we shall now play. Why take up Krishna conscious?" The answer to this, Prahlada Maharaja says, "If you are intelligent, you must begin Bhagavad Dharma from childhood."
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So it is
Thank you.
called Kaumaram Acharet Prajna. Kaumara means from a young age, we should acharate means we should practice Prajna. Prajna means learning, the spiritual learning, transcendental learning. Who am I? Who's the Lord? What is my duty towards the Lord? This is called inquiry into the absolute truth. And Prahlad Maharaj is saying in the 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj is actually telling all of his friends. He's calling all of his friends during the break time when Shanta and Amarka, their teachers, when they take a break and go out, that time Prahlad Maharaj will preach Krishna consciousness to all his friends. And his friends would say, "Why do we have to inquire right now? Let's go and play. Right? Why should we talk about Krishna consciousness now?" And then Prahlad Maharaj would say, Kaumaram Acharet Prajna. That means from the young age, one has to practice Bhagavata Dharma. One must begin Bhagavata Dharma from childhood. Yeah. Okay, Leelanandani Mataji, go ahead. The Srimad Bhagavatam offers.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavatana.
Hare Krishna, Dandavatana.
The Srimad Bhagavatam offers Bhagavata Dharma, or the process leading to scientific knowledge about God. Bhagavata means the supreme personality of Godhead, and Dharma means regulatory principles. This human form of life is very rare. It is a good opportunity. Therefore, Prahlada says, "My dear friends, you are born as civilized human beings. So, although your human body is temporary, it is the greatest opportunity. No one knows the length of his life. It is calculated that in this age, the human body may live up to 100 years. But as the age of Kali advances, duration of life, memory, mercy, religiousness, and all other such assets decrease. So, no one has any assurance of long life in this age. Still, although the human form is temporary, you can achieve the highest perfection of life while in this human form. What is that perfection? To understand the all-pervading Supreme Lord. For other life forms, this is not possible. By the gradual evolutionary process, we come to this human form, so it is a rare opportunity. By nature's law, human body is ultimately given to you so that you can promote yourself in spiritual life and go back home, back to Godhead. The ultimate goal of life is Vishnu or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In a later verse, Prahlada Maharaja will say, "People in this material world who are enamored with the material energy do not know what the goal of human life is. Why? Because they have been enchanted by the Lord's glaring in external energy. They have forgotten that life is an opportunity to understand the ultimate goal of perfection, Vishnu. Why should we be very anxious to know Vishnu or God?" Prahlada Maharaja gives a reason. Vishnu is the dearmost person. that we have forgotten. We all seek some dear friend. Everyone searches in this way. A man searches for dear friendship with a woman, and a woman searches for dear friendship with a man. Or else a man searches out a man, and a woman searches out a woman. Everyone searches after some dear friend, some sweet friend. Why? We want the cooperation of a dear friend who will help us. This is part of the struggle for existence, and this is natural. But we do not know that our dear friend is Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who have read the Bhagavad Gita will find this nice verse in the 5th chapter. If you want peace, then you must understand perfectly that everything in this world and other worlds is the property of Krishna, and that he is the enjoyer of everything, and that he is the supreme friend of everyone. Why perform austerity? Why perform religious rituals? Why give it charity? All these activities are meant for pleasing the Supreme Lord and nothing more. And when the Supreme Lord is pleased, you will get the result. Whether you want to gain higher material happiness or spiritual happiness, whether you want to live a better life on this planet or on other planets, whatever you want, you will get if you please the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the most sincere friend. Whatever you want from him, you can get. But the intelligent man does not want anything that is materially contaminated. In the
Hare
Bhagavad
Krishna.
Gita,
Thank you, Mataji.
thank you,
Okay.
Maharaj. Very good.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So, Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. That's one. That means Dharma is what is enunciated by the Supreme Lord Himself. That's one. Secondly, what is that? Yajnatat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. If we don't perform our work for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the work itself will cause bondage in this material world. Right? Because all the activities are actually meant to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Again, Prabhupada is here talking about Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram Suhradam Sarvabhutanam Nyatva Mam Shantim Prichati. Right? Prabhupada here is talking about the peace formula. What is the peace formula? To work for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu is the peace formula. And how do we work for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu? By understanding that Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. The scriptures are the word of God. When I follow the scriptures, I follow the word of God, and then I work for the pleasure of the Lord. And then, whether one wants to gain higher material happiness or spiritual happiness, everything we will get if we please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Prabhupada ends here. Krishna is the most sincere friend. You will get from him whatever you want, but an intelligent man does not want anything that is materially contaminated. Why? Because everything that is material has a beginning and has an end. Whereas an intelligent person will want to pursue that which will give him eternal happiness, not this kind of temporary happiness, which will die with the body, like that. Okay, anyone else wants to read? Okay, Karpagoli Mataji, go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that by pious activities, one can elevate oneself to the highest material planet known as the Brahmaloka, where the duration of life is millions and millions of years. You cannot figure the duration of life, that your arithmetic will be effective. The statement in the Bhagavad Gita is that the life of the Brahma is so long that 4 lakhs 40
4 million 320,000 years.
4,320,000 of our years are only 12 hours to him. Krishna says, whatever position you want, beginning from the beginning from the ant right up to the Brahma, you can have, but the repetition of birth and death, Mataji, birth and death will be there. However, if by practicing Krishna conscious, you come to me, and then you don't have to come back to this miserable material condition. Prahlad Maharaj says the same thing. We should search for our dearmost friend, Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Why is he our dearmost friend? By nature, he is dear. Now, what do you consider the dearmost thing? Have you analyzed you yourself, the dearmost thing? I'm sitting here, but if there is a firm alarm, I shall at once take
Fire
care
alarm.
of myself. I shall at once take care of myself. How can I save myself? We forget our friends and even our relatives. Let me first all save myself. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. In the grossest sense, the word Atma, self, refers to the body. In the subtler spheres, The mind or intelligence is the Atma. And the real sense, Atma means the soul. In the gross stage, we are very fond of protecting and satisfying the body. And in the subtler stage, we are very fond of satisfying the mind and intelligence. But above the mental and intellectual planes, where the atmosphere is spiritualized, we can understand I am not this mind, intellect, or body. Aham Brahmasmi, I am spirit, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. That is the platform of real understanding. Prahlada Maharaj says that of all living entities, Vishnu is the supreme well-wisher. Therefore, we are all searching for him. When a child cries, what does he long for this mother? But but he has no language to express it. By nature, he has his body, born of his mother's body. So there is an intimate relationship with this mother's body. A child won't like any other woman. The child cries, but when the woman who is a child's mother comes and picks him up, at once he is pacified. He has no language to express all this, but his relationship with his mother is a law of nature. Similarly, by nature, we try to protect the body. This is self-preservation. It is a natural law of the living entity, just as eating is a natural law and sleeping is a natural law. But why do I protect the body? Because within the body is the soul. What is the soul? The soul is part of the Supreme Lord. As we want to protect the hand or the finger, but it is a part of the whole body. Similarly, we try to save ourselves because this is the defending process of the Supreme. The Supreme does not need defense, but this is a manifestation of our love toward Him. The love to Him, which is now perverted. The finger and the hand are meant to act in the interest of the whole body. As soon as I want the hand to come here, it comes, and as soon as I want the finger to play on the drum, it plays. This is a natural position. Similarly, we are searching for God to dovetail our energy in the service of the Supreme. But our spell of the illusory energy, we do not know it. That is our mistake. Now, in human life, we have an opportunity to understand our actual position. Only because you are the human beings have you all come here to learn about Krishna consciousness, about our real goal of your life. I cannot invite cats and dogs to sit down here. That is the difference between human beings and cats and dogs. A human being can understand the necessity of pursuing the real goal of life. But if he loses the opportunity, it is a real catastrophe.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
So
Thank you.
here, Ahara Nidra Vaya Maitunam, same thing. Right? Ahara Nidra Bhayam and Maitunam are common between animals and human beings. If as human beings also we perform only these four things, then we are misutilizing our human form of life. Right? And then Prabhupada is just saying, because we are human beings, we can understand, we inquire about the absolute truth. We can understand these transcendental subject matters. However, if you are in the body of a cat or a hog or a dog, we don't understand all of these things. We just react to situations according to what we want, and then we'll be only doing eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Right? But if the human beings also do that only, then it is a mega waste of the human form of life. Yeah. Okay, Sarva Gopeshwari Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Go ahead. Hare Krishna. Yes. Prahlad Maharaj says,
Prahlad Maharaj says, God is the dearmost personality of all. We have to search for God. Then what about the material necessities of life? Prahlad Maharaj replies, you are after sense gratification. But sense gratification is automatically achieved by contact with this body. Because a hog has a certain type of body. His sense gratification comes from eating stool. The very thing that is the most obnoxious to you. At once, after evacuating, you leave to get free from the bad smell, but the hog is waiting. As soon as you evacuate, he will at once enjoy. So there are different types of sense gratification according to different types of body. Everyone who has a material body receives sense gratification. Don't think that the hogs eating stool are unhappy. No, they are getting fat in that way. They are very happy. Another example is that camel. The camel is very fond of thorny twigs. Why? Because when he eats thorny twigs, the twigs cut his tongue, blood oozes out, and he tastes his own blood. Then he thinks, I'm enjoying. This is the sense gratification. Sex life is also like that. We taste our own blood and we think we are enjoying. This is our foolishness. The living entity in this material world is a spiritual being, but because he has the tendency to enjoy, to exploit the material energy, he has contacted a body. There are 84 lakhs of species of living entities, each with a different body. And according to the body, they have a particular sensor with which they enjoy a particular type of pleasure. Suppose you are given a thorny twigs to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a very nice food. It is certified by the camels. It is very good. Would you like to take it? No. What nonsense you are offering me? Because you have a different body from the camel, you have no taste for thorny twigs. But if you offer them to a camel, he will think it is a very nice meal. Now, if the hogs and camels can enjoy sense gratification without great struggle, why not we human beings? We can, but that is not our ultimate achievement. The facility to enjoy the sense gratification are offered by nature, whether one be a hog or camel or a human being. So why should you labor for facilities that you are destined to receive anyway by nature's law? In every form of life, the bodily demands are satisfied by the arrangement of nature. This gratification is arranged. Just as there is an arrangement for distress. Do you like fever? No. Why does it come? I don't know. But it does come. Does it not? Yes. Did you try for it? No. So how does it come? By nature. That is the only answer. And if your misery comes by nature, your happiness will also come by nature. Don't bother about it. That is the instruction of Prahlad Maharaj. If you receive the miseries of life without effort, you will similarly achieve happiness without effort.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Yeah. So Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, Sitoshna Sukha Dukkada, Agama Paino Anitya, Stam Sitikshashva Bharata. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, Sito Ushna Sukha Dukkada. Just like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons, happiness and distress also will come one after another. Right? Sitoshna Sukha Dukkada. Right? Happiness and distress come one after another. Right? Agama Painu Anitya Stam Sitikshashva Bharata. Okay, Titikshva Karnika. Right? Titikshva means a dhira, a sober person. He will understand, he will tolerate happiness and distress, knowing very well that both will pass. Nothing is going to become permanent. What is permanent? Whatever Krishna consciousness bhakti we are doing, that is only thing that is permanent. The rest of it all will get extinguished with the passage of time. Right? So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, just like we get miseries without asking for it. We don't pray for miseries, right? Kunti Devi used to pray for miseries, right? What is that? Vipadam tattu tat sashvat, right? I want more and more miseries. But none of us are asking for miseries, but are not miseries coming to us. So Prahlad Maharaj is very, very beautifully saying, we need not ask for happiness. Whatever is the happiness distant in our quota will come to us anyways, right? Just like suffering comes without asked for, similarly happiness also will come unasked for. So what is it that a devotee should do? What is that human being should do? That is the last paragraph. Who wants to complete this? Okay, let me read and finish this. Then what is the real purpose of the human form of life? Cultivating Krishna consciousness. This is the purpose of the human form of life. Other things will be obtained by nature's law, which is ultimately God's law. Even if I don't try, I will be supplied with whatever I am to achieve because of my past work and my particular type of body. Your real concern, therefore, should be to seek out the higher goal of human life, right? So in this way, Prabhupada ends the first chapter. Small chapters, but 4 or 5 chapters are there. We'll try to complete it in about 5-6 sessions, like that, right? So Prabhupada very beautifully mentions here that what is the goal of life? The real goal of life is to seek out Krishna Prema, not to eat better, sleep better, or to defend better, or to enjoy better by eating nice foodstuffs, right? That even animals do. Right, so we need to introspect. What is it that I'm doing slightly differently, or what is it am I giving this human form of life, the precious opportunity that I've got, am I utilizing it for the purpose of why the human body is there, which is the purpose of God realization. That is the purpose of life, and everything else is very, very futile. Whatever achieve, name, fame, glory, wealth, possessions, good wife, good husband, good job, everything else is temporary. It will die with this body. However, when we practice Krishna consciousness, the bhakti sukriti that we get, is what we can take from one body to another until we perfect our life and go back to Godhead. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So again, my sincere thank you to all of you for joining in at a short notice. I thought we should start this book today. Today is an auspicious day. So tomorrow morning we will meet at 5 o'clock for Brahma Murta chanting, and then in the evening 6 o'clock is okay, or afternoon 12:30 is okay. Which one is working better? Okay, again and again we are coming back to the same timing issue because as soon as I end the session, I get messages. Mataji, don't keep it in the afternoon. Mataji, don't keep it in the evening. All right. So what we will do, either we will meet at 12:15 or we'll meet at 6 o'clock. Okay. So I'll just put a poll, and then I don't want to put a poll because many people just vote in the poll, but they don't turn up for the class. Right. So let's ask here, out of the people who are here, let us see maximum